What's up, everybody? Ben Razzie here for OddsChecker, bringing you all things college basketball. Friday, January 13th. We're going to dive into the slate, see what games are on the board, and build out our betting card. That's what we do here at OddsChecker. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome aboard. All things betting, free content. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Yesterday, we shoulda, coulda, woulda had the clean sweep. Gonzaga, bad second half, but we'll still take the 2-1 and march on today. Not going to waste any more time. Let's get into it. Here we go. First up on the board, we're going to one of the bigger games. I know I'm going to do the patented let's see what we got here. Not a lot, as you can see, a pretty condensed board, but we're going to start with Purdue at home against Nebraska, and we're going to be laying a boatload of points here, but I'm okay with it, even in a 132 total. Purdue minus 15 against Nebraska. Nebraska 9-8, 2-4 in the conference. They've had some good wins. They beat Creighton. They took Purdue to overtime in Nebraska. So we're getting a lot of rematches today. That's something I do like to look to, because sometimes you do box score hunting and it doesn't tell the tale. I will say Nebraska gave them everything that they could handle. Nebraska was able to handle the size. They're just in West Lafayette. It's a little different here because Nebraska cannot shoot at all. Terrible shooting team. Outside the top 300 in free throw percentage and three-point percentage. They're pretty good inside, but again, I couldn't think of a worse team to try to exploit inside. Nebraska's also been getting blown out when they lose, particularly on the road. Recent games, they lost by 16 at Indiana, 15 at Kansas State, 18 at Michigan State. They did beat Minnesota, but Minnesota's not a good team. Last time out at home, they lost by 26 points to Illinois. They're going to try to do work on the inside, but I think we all know what Purdue has, and that's Zach Edey, who's an absolute superstar, 22-13. He's 7'5". I mean, what are you going to do against that? Elite rebounding team. Purdue is at home. They've got one loss on the year. They haven't played their best basketball of late, but again, this is just a talent situation and one where you see the team second time. I expect Purdue to be more than ready, considering what happened when they went on the road to face this Nebraska team. I'm going to say this one gets out of hand. I think Purdue at home, with the momentum, with the talent, they have the edge in every single area. I think we all know that. That's why they're 15-point favorites. I'm going to call for them to not let up here and cover this number to get things started. That is the first of a handful of bets here. So we've got Purdue on the board, but let's talk about what else is going on, including with our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. If you're a new user, you see it on the screen. Bet 5 to get 200. It's an opportunity. Take advantage. You go to the link in the description of this video. You click it. You sign up. You put in your info. You throw that $5 in. Bet it on Purdue. Join me. Get $200. A great way to build the bankroll. Something that I definitely would look to if you are looking to have some extra funds for, say, NFL playoff time and things like that. You have to be 21 plus. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, let's look to some additional games. I talked about, I guess that's one of the marquee games. Well, this one is certainly not marquee, but I like it. Let's live a little. Quinnipiac, minus 10, minus 105. So it is taking some pressure. You could probably find 9.5 out there if you want to lay additional juice. Do want to put that out there, but I'm fine with this because I think that Quinnipiac has shown when they get it going, watch out, a very dangerous team and one that I think is in a pretty good spot, clearly, I think, to win by double digits. So let's talk about these teams. St. Peter's, the Peacocks. We know them. They were the darlings of the tournament. Team couldn't be further from that team. This is a 7-9 squad, 2-5 in conference. They're not doing much of anything. They are truly one of the worst scoring teams in the country, barely over 60 points per game. That's around 350th in the country. They can't shoot at all. Free throws, 2-point, 3-point. It doesn't matter what metric. St. Peter's simply cannot generate any offense. They're a pretty good offensive rebounding team. That's probably because they get so many opportunities. And this is where it gets fascinating. Similar to Nebraska, but even more so, these teams played already in St. Peter's, and St. Peter's won by 7 points. I love that situation for Quinnipiac. This is a chance to kind of level the score in some ways, maybe a buy low, because when I dug into that game, all I saw was St. Peter's did what they always did, which is a terrible shooting performance, and Quinnipiac matched them, which is very atypical. Quinnipiac was 16 of 51 from the field. That is awful. If that's not bad enough, 3 of 21 from three-point land for them, also just absolutely atrocious. That's, again, very atypical. Quinnipiac is not a bad offense. They're a very balanced team. No issues there. They're a 12-5 squad, 3-3 in the conference, and they found a groove. They hit a little speed bump there when they lost to St. Peter's, lost to a couple other teams. They have won 3 straight, and they're starting to really lay it on teams. Went on the road, beat Manhattan by 19. Went on the road, beat Rider by 9. Home against Iona, a good Iona team. 23-point win. Absolutely dominant. When they're at home and they win these games, they're covering this number. Their last 5 wins at home, all by double digits. So this is a team, it seems like, when they get it going, they don't stop. And I'm going to call for that here in I guess you could call it a revenge spot. Why not? Quinnipiac gets it done in easy fashion against a team that beat them. I will lay the 10 points. I will save the VIG at -105. Second one on the board, 2 not chalky plays, but we are certainly laying plenty of points in this video. Purdue -15, Quinnipiac -10. I've got one more for you, but I do want to say very quickly, if you're looking for even more plays than this, or just a cool place to sweat these games, maybe talk some live betting, get into some other things, our premium Discord is where you want to be. I'm just going to bring it up right now. Look at this. We got a new message. Our man Matt Kajeski just dropped a play in college basketball, and that's what you're going to get here. All sorts of plays from all sorts of contributors. It's a fun community. We sweat it out. We have a good time, and it's 100% free for the first week. So if you want to be part of that, just click the link in the description. You're in 2 seconds. Say what's up when you get in there, and hopefully you really enjoy what's going on and what we're doing now. One final game. I'm going to put it on the board. I actually talked about this. I always encourage people, check out all the other videos. My sharp bet of the day talks about this Nevada squad. I really do like this spot in a very, very elite matchup against Utah State. 2 good teams out west, but Nevada's undefeated in their gym. A strong, balanced team, 143.5 point total. This should be the highest scoring game that we've talked about here. Let's get into this. Utah State is 14-3, 3-1 in the conference. I can sum it up pretty quickly. They're the number 1 3-point shooting team in the entire country. If you can stop that, you can stop them. They're on the road, 5 percentage points worse from behind the arc on the road. No surprise there. They just went to Boise State, got blown out. Level of competition, I think, is pretty weak for Utah State. If they shoot a good clip from 3, we're probably dead. There's nothing you can really do about that. But Nevada is not a poor defense by any stretch of the imagination. I think they will be able to mitigate that clear advantage. And everything else, to me, leans to Nevada. I trust them inside. I actually trust Nevada's backcourt more. You've got Lucas and Blackshear, 2 elite guards in this program, 14-4, 4-1 in the conference, undefeated at home, 73 points per game, 34% from 3. None of these numbers jump off the page, but they don't need to. They're a very balanced attack. And the last thing about this that I love, Nevada's in a perfect buy low spot, coming off 3 of 4 road games, 2 straight road games, and a loss at San Diego State. All of that is a tough part of your schedule. Now you come home, Utah State comes into your gym, a step up in competition for them. Limit those 3-pointers, keep it respectable. Nevada -1.5 on the card for me tonight. There you have it, friends. Purdue -15, Quinnipiac -10, Nevada -1.5. Favorites. All sorts of favorites today for me, but sometimes that's what the card gives you. That's where we're at, and that is what we are going to do on this Friday. I just want to say again, thanks for everybody tuning in each and every day here at OddsChecker. If you enjoy this content, give us a like, be part of the team, hop in Discord, do all the great things to be part of the OddsChecker family. And of course, stay tuned tomorrow. There'll be plenty of college basketball content on this very channel. But for me, for Purdue, Quinnipiac, and Nevada, have a great Friday afternoon. Enjoy the day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.